Caps and me are gonna go to Korea together, practice there for 2 weeks, I think.
Well, the group stage of MSI is all wrapped up. I'm joined right now by Soaz with coverage presented by all of you to talk a little bit about Fnatic's run so far and their qualification to the playoffs. Soaz, what do you think of Fnatic's run, and what was this day like for you? Because I was just talking to Brox, a little bit of a roller coaster, I think, for everybody involved.
For me, or I mean for the team in general?
For you. Yeah.
I mean, for me it's really whatever, you know. Like I'm not playing, so it's like I'm happy because my teammates won, you know, but else like couldn't care less, you know.
Well, I mean, I assume you watching, at least you want them to win, and so whenever you realize there's a chance they might not make it to playoffs or whatever, that might affect you, or maybe you not being on stage, you have to kind of like distance yourself from it.
Well, I think I have to distance myself because it's important for my personal well-being and also regarding like situation is happening, you know, and eventually like me being sub and then people arguing, oh, Soaz versus Buipo, all these kind of things. It's all the things that I didn't necessarily want, like ever since we had a sub and stuff like this, and it's not a situation that I wanted to be in myself ever since the beginning. So the situation overall for me is really shit, but yeah.
How are you holding up? Because I know, without getting too far into it, like obviously it seems like this is affecting you pretty hard. So how are you kind of holding up over the course of this event?
Well, prior to MSI, I think it was overall things were fine, like just normal, you know. Since the doctor told me that I could start playing again and stuff like this, I told my team and I started getting like some games of practice, but I didn't get much at all. Like probably played like 20% of scrims only, and we played like 80. So it just like sort of take, you know, that I was not gonna really be playing MSI anyways, and yeah.
Have you had a chance to? Are you able to assist at all during the days? Like at least give thoughts on pick and ban or anything like that, or you just sort of like I just don't want to be dealing with this.
So before I would do that a lot, and I will help a lot coaching staff and give them input about like anything, you know, regarding the game, what the team should focus on, what they should improve on. In and outside the game, in team meetings, I will give them feedback about, they should maybe discuss more about this or these kind of things. But right now, like, ever since this situation happened to me, I'm just laying back and I just let people do whatever they want because I don't think I should be involved.
Well, will you? I assume you'll be traveling with the team to Paris in a couple days.
Yeah, so I'm getting surgery tomorrow morning because I was like a splinter, so I have to get it removed. And I mean, as I say on Twitter, it doesn't really affect anything. So it just like the anesthesia is gonna affect more. So just for like 24 hours, I cannot really do much, you know, just because I will be like dizzy, you know, and this kind of stuff. But that's pretty much it.
So will you'll be able to travel maybe on?
So most of I think everyone is traveling like sometimes during the day, and I'll probably travel at night, something like this. Yeah.
Well, look, I don't want to hold you too long, but I know that there are probably a lot of Fnatic fans out there, a lot of Soaz fans out there that are just kind of worried about you or curious about how things are going. I don't know if there's anything that you would say to any of them or the people that are cheering for you and looking forward to seeing you return to play in the future.
Well, after MSI, I'm planning on going to Korea. So, before I got my injury, I was planning on going to Korea with Reckless. As to just playing solo queue, but I got my injury, so I couldn't go. So I'm planning on going after MSI I think Caps wants to go as well, so we are probably Caps and me are gonna go to Korea together, practice there for 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, it depends. Like, yeah, I guess since we go to Paris, like we can only go for like about 2 weeks, so we are gonna go there for 2 weeks and practice, and hopefully, everything goes well, and hopefully I can get some games in summer.
Well, Soaz, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. I see you there. You haven't subscribed to my channel. Maybe you don't subscribe to any YouTube channels. You're not used to that functionality. Maybe you just haven't gotten around to it because you find my videos on Reddit, and you're watching this embedded on the Reddit website, so you don't have to click through. Just do me a favor. You don't have to support. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to hit up the Patreon. Just click through, hit that red button that says subscribe. It's so helpful to me. It'll just make me feel so much like it was worth it, Like, you got all the way to the end of this video. I know you did. You're watching this. I'm aware. Yeah, I see you sitting there. Just subscribe.